Okay, in this next section of this video, we're going to look at how we can edit and enter food, drink and nutrition information, and also look at the life history option. We're still in our care plan. We've just been looking at personal belongings, and we're going to move now to the food, drink and nutrition tab. So again, on the left hand side, and you'll find it sort of halfway down the screen there where it says food, drink and nutrition. And again, if you want to make some changes here, you've got to click where it says click to change record. Now on this screen, you have a number of fields that you can enter information into. The first area here are their likes and dislikes. This is the foods that they like, and maybe the food and drink they don't like. You can annotate that. Just below that, we have an option for how they're going to choose their meals. If you use Care Control Kitchen, this is important because this will define whether the cooks and care staff choose the meals or whether the residents are able to choose the meals, and that will be based on their level of capacity. So you've got two choices at the moment: that resident is able to choose meals without assistance, or the resident requires staff to assist them in choosing meals. And you can annotate reasons why you've changed that approach. Underneath, you've got an option where you can actually change the menu. So when we look at menus a bit later in the competency sets, you'll be able to choose different menu options for residents. Every resident is put onto what's called a standard menu as a default. But if, for example, they're a vegetarian, or if they have a high calorific requirement or a low calorific requirement, you can set menus up for that. And on the right hand side here, you have the ability to record any specific health issues regarding to foods. That might be allergic reactions to specific food allergies. Now, we did enter into this gentleman's personal details that they were allergic to nuts, so we're going to record that in here. And you've got an option here to do spell checking, so we're going to run a spell check on that. Everything looks fine, and when we're happy, we hit save changes. Now this option down here where it says resident meal choice history, that is actually dynamic information, and that is driven based on the Care Control Kitchen app, which your kitchen staff may or may not be using. Okay, the next area that we're going to look at is the resident's life history. If I go to the show care plans option, if I scroll to the bottom of the screen, you'll see there's a life history option here. This is an opportunity for you to enter in any information about the resident. We've tried to structure it in a way that means that it'll actually ask you questions for you to enter the information. If you click, as long as you're in edit mode, so if you've got a button up here that says click to change or click to edit, select that option first, enter your PIN number, and then you'll be in this screen here where you can then click this button where it says click here to amend client life history. This screen will now load, and to enter information, first of all you click one of the sections. So if we, for example, select family life as a child, we then have a series of questions that we can answer. Click on the first option, and now we can put a response in. So the first question is when were you born? You can put information there about when they were born. When the information has been filled out, you can then say click update changes and move next, and it will now move to the next record. You notice that the status completed is moved now to 2%. What you can also do on this screen is you can print out a particular section. So if you said print this section only, that will print all the questions related to family life as a child. Or you could put print all sections, and that will print the whole life history workbook. That's quite useful if you wanted to have a care staff member sit with a resident to complete the information, and then that information will be loaded up later on. At any point, just hit the cross at the top of that screen to close it down, and that information will be loaded back into your care plan. We always recommend the life history is something which you will complete over a period of time, so it's not something that you do in one sitting. So at any point you can go back into it again, go into a particular section, and click a question and continue where you left off.